What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the channel for another edition of the tactic test. That we have a new creator ready to run the gauntlet with Arsenal today. However, before we get into things and get into today's video, we are going to remind you guys of the rules of this series and the current state of our top 10 leaderboard. Let's get into things. So then, guys, a quick reminder of the rules of this series. All tactics must have a proven record of success and achievement. All tactics will use the same team and fixtures for the test. That will be Arsenal. No transfers will be allowed to be made in either transfer window by the team. Tactics will be loaded in, the whole season will be simulated in one go, and all points, wins, goals scored and win percentage will be collected and displayed to find the best creator tactic out there. As I mentioned in the intro, we've had a lot of creators on the series so far, so let's take a look at our current top 10. So this is going to be episode number 26 of the Tactic Tester, and here is our current top 10. Gareth, or 𝘼𝙗𝙤𝙪 FM, is still sat at the top of the tree with his 4-1-2-2-1 asymmetric brilliance that won 3 trophies, including the Premier League, with 99 points, scoring 177 goals, conceding 54, with that impressive goals per game of 2.95 and that win percentage of 85%. He is the man to top off at the top of the leaderboard, and 𝘼𝙗𝙤𝙪 FM with his asymmetric tactic is the person in 10th, the person at risk of hypothetically losing their place in the top 10. Let's get into today's video, meet the creator and take a look at their tactic. So then, guys, we are back in game. We are back with Arsenal, and today's creator is Born Offside FM. If you haven't checked his channel out, all of his links will be in the description. Go and check him out. Drop a subscription to him on YouTube. The tactic he has put together here won him the treble with Chelsea in the Premier League. Obviously, winning the treble, very impressive achievement, and doing so with Chelsea, very, very timely, having just won the Champions League in real life. Obviously, Chelsea's team slightly better than this Arsenal one, but without any further ado, we're going to get into the tactic and take a look at what he has put together. So it is a 4-2-3-1 tactic, which has been listed as 𝘼𝙗𝙤𝙪 𝙈𝙚. Apologies for butchering your name, my dude. I'm sorry about that. As I said, he has done a breakdown video of this tactic, which will be much more comprehensive than mine. It will be popping up as a card right now. And as I said, his channel will be linked down in the description. We'll do a super quick run through of things though anyway. And we've got a sweeper keeper on attack. Is what I run in my Pentagon series. Very good. Sweeper keeper on attack, makes him quick and agile coming off the line, does the business there. Then this is where this tactic gets interesting for me. He's got very similar things to what I run, but then there are some very big differences. The first one of those that I've noticed is the inverted wingbacks on both the left and the right hand side, both on the support function, doing the job there. Obviously they're going to cut in and kind of sort of sit alongside this DLP and hopefully add sort of that higher line of defense. He's got 2 ball playing defenders, one on defend on the right hand side, and then a ball playing defender as a stopper on the left hand side. So the stopper's going to come in and try and stop all of these attacks early doors. Fair play there. Deep line playmaker on defensive duty. I use a DLP all the time. It's my favorite position in Football Manager, and he has one here sat on defend. No additional instructions on any of these players thus far. Then we have a box-to-box midfielder on support, the 𝘼𝙗𝙤𝙪 𝙈𝙤 role, the fantastic player that he is, as you can see, as a box-to-box midfielder on the support function. On the right-hand side, inverted winger, again on support. No additional instructions on these bad boys. Inverted winger on the left-hand side. Inverted winger, this time on attack on the left-hand side. And he has the additional instructions on here of take more risks and roam from position. Now, you add these additional instructions, guys, by going into edit. Then you can put it here. So he's got roam from position and take more risks as the additional ones on this particular player. Then he has a pressing forward with the additional instructions of shoot more often, guys. The additional instructions, you can tell which ones are the additional instructions because they have the white cog and the red circle next to them, so you will need to add them yourself if you are recreating this on FM mobile or of course on Xbox. If you go over to Born Offside's channel, he has a download link in the description where you can go and download this tactic yourself. I want to send you over to his channel to do that. And as I said, make sure you check him out. This is a custom gegenpress. He's playing on a positive mentality, much the same as me. These are the instructions for in possession. As I said, I'm not going to go into them too much. If you want to pause the video to recreate this yourself, please do. If not, head on over to his channel and follow the instructions over there. This is what it's like in transition. As it is a gegenpress, there's no surprise to see the counter press and the counter here. And then out of possession, this is what we are looking at as well. He did also give me the additional set pieces, which all do come as part of the tactic. So he's done his own set pieces as well. So fingers crossed this does very, very well for him. Usually before we get into things, we do a quick pick. So I will do the same here. Run you through some of the players in some of the positions. Leno in goal, Bellerin is the inverted wing back on the right hand side, Tierney is the inverted wing back on the left hand side, Gabriel as the stopper, and Rob Holding as the defensive ball playing midfielder. Dani Ceballos and Thomas Partey, fantastic roles for both of these players. I'm sure they'll do quite well in this. Saka on the right hand side, Aubameyang on the left hand side. Mesut Ozil is the shadow striker. Did I talk about the shadow striker? I didn't, did I? I can't remember. There's a shadow striker on attack. I definitely didn't talk about it. And there's a pressing forward. I did do the pressing forward. Didn't do the shadow striker. Shadow striker on attack. Sorry, guys. We've got Mesut Ozil here. As I will say, as a disclaimer at all times, this database and game setup that we have run for every creator so far was set up at the start of the game cycle. We have run it on the original database. That was put out by Football Manager by Sports Interactive, hence why Mesut Ozil is here and Martin Odegaard is not at Arsenal. As I said, Aubameyang is that inverted winger on the left-hand side on the attack function, and Lacazette is a pressing forward. I'm sure there are plenty goals in this team. So let's advance throughout the whole season. We will come back and take a look at the finished product with this tactic. So then, guys, we are at the end of the season, and as you can see, Arsenal have just missed out on the top 4 spots, 7 points adrift of Chelsea. That top 4 is very, very difficult to break into. Liverpool, Man City, Manchester United and Chelsea having that stranglehold on them. Lacazette, top goal scorer. Looks like they've been in 4th for a large portion of the season, to be perfectly honest. In 5th, sorry, for the large portion of the season. Did get up as high as 3rd. Was that the highest position? Yes, it was. 3rd was the highest. So it's a very good tactic, solid tactic, but that top 4 is very, very difficult to break into. Lacazette is the top goal scorer. Nicolas Pepe is the highest average rating. Willian coming in with the most assists. Gabriel with the pass completion. Nicolas Pepe with the highest number of Player of the Match awards. David Luiz with 11 yellow cards, nothing too surprising there. And Kolasinac and Granit Xhaka with both 1 red card apiece. So let's go over to the competition tab and see how all the competitions worked. Going from right to left, runners up in the Community Shield, losing to Liverpool. As I said, no shame in that one. Carabao Cup knocked out in the quarter-final stage by Manchester City, who won the Carabao Cup. Brighton beat Liverpool. Okay, Graham Potter, yes, love it. English FA Cup runners up. Who did they lose to in the final? Lost to Man City in both domestic cup competitions, one at the quarterfinals, one at the final stage. Lost, unfortunately, in the Europa League to AC Milan. I can never remember if AC Milan drop out of the Champions League or not. No, they don't. They have to qualify for the Europa League, and Zlatan getting the business done there. No real surprises, as you would see. And then obviously, as we discussed, finishing in 5th inside the Premier League then. So let's go into the schedule and start breaking down things competition by competition. We'll start off with the Community Shield, the curtain opener, as some would say, losing 1-0 to a James Milner penalty at Wembley. As I said, we all know how good Liverpool are in this year's Football Manager. Toppling them is very, very difficult, especially in this first season. So in terms of the Carabao Cup, they're knocked out in the quarterfinal stage by Manchester City, having beaten Blackpool and Watford to get there. Losing 1-0 to Manchester City. Ruben Diaz scoring that goal that was separating the two teams. In terms of the FA Cup, obviously they did make it all the way to the final. Some positive victories in here as well. Beating Burton, beating Luton, then the competition level steps up, beating Newcastle, great result away at Liverpool as well at Anfield in the FA Cup, beating them 2-0, beating Villa 3-0 in the semi-final at Wembley. Willian, Dani Ceballos and Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang on the goals on the score sheet there, and then unfortunately being undone by Sergio Aguero, who else, at Wembley in the final, again against Pep Guardiola's Manchester City. In terms of the Europa League then, relatively straightforward in the groups, basically blasting their way through, winning every game except for this 1-1 draw with Liga Warsaw. Into the knockout stages, and it was OG Nice in the first round, going through on away goals, drawing the game away at Nice 1-1. You always see Nice do relatively well in this competition. Kasper Dolberg always scores. Every time an Arsenal team in this simulation plays against plays against Nice, Dolberg is always the goal scorer. Aubameyang cancels out his early goal, and then the rest of it is, as you wrote, go through on away goals. They took on then AC Milan, and as I said, 𝘼𝙗𝙗 𝙈𝙗 doing a masterclass in the first leg. 2 away goals for Ibra and 3 in total for AC Milan, and then they go over to the San Siro, and Castillejo being the man, scoring 3 goals over the 2 games. Very good player. As you can see, looks quite tidy still at AC Milan. Good little player. And in terms of the Premier League then, for finishing in 5th, let's take a look at the Premier League. This is what we've got. As you can see, started off very, very nicely. Didn't concede in the first month of the season in the Premier League. Picking up nice results, staying unbeaten all the way until they play Manchester City on Boxing Day. As you can see, there's a very solid tactic. But one thing I have noticed in the games that they win, it's pretty close. You see it by a goal or 2 at the very most. You don't see massive blowouts. The 4-1 against Leicester is a huge result, don't get me wrong, but as you can see, they've had a player sent off, a centre-back sent off, when the scores were actually 1-1. And then maybe the game got away from them. But very, very solid tactic nonetheless. Great January pretty much, with the exception of a 2-1 loss away at Southampton. Addons getting a goal in the 90th minute there. Nice result against Leeds. Good result against Leicester again. Drawing 0-0 with Fulham, slightly disappointing. A few ropey results here. Drawing with Wolves, drawing with Sheffield United. But that result, 2-2 against Manchester United, is a fantastic result. United are also a juggernaut in Football Manager this year. This West Ham result always catches teams out. If you've not been watching my Twitch save, West Ham are absolutely fantastic in this game. I am the West Ham manager in my Glory Hunter save. Links to my Twitch will be down in the description. Come and check it out. We are just 2 points off the top of the Premier League with West Ham in 2030 in that one. And then flying through, unfortunate loss to Liverpool, but it is what it is. An amazing run here. What's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games if you exclude the one against Liverpool. They didn't concede a goal. Looks very, very good defensively, this one, with the inverted wing backs. Very interesting to see. Then a nice little run towards the end of the season. What's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wins on the spin, only conceding 1 goal there. Then a disappointing loss to Chelsea. 𝘼𝙗𝙗 coming back to bite Arsenal in the 80th minute. Then they beat Liverpool, Virgil van Dijk own goal, Mesut Ozil getting the job done against Liverpool at Anfield, and then unfortunately losing 2-1 to Manchester United at Old Trafford at the end of the season. A quick little rundown of the team report then. This is what the analysts have had to say. In terms of the overall performance of the tactic, goals per game is above the Premier League average. Expected goals per game, way above the Premier League average, doing very well there. Scores a high number of expected goals per 90 minutes compared to the average. Finds the target with a relatively average number of shots. In terms of scoring efficiency then, where does Arsenal rank? They get a decent amount of shots per game, but are relatively wasteful potentially. This is the ability of the Arsenal team not being able to put the ball in the back of the net. Attacking statistics are very interesting. Manage it more shots per match than the average, but less clinical than a lot of teams. If you can up that conversion rate by about 2%, I'm not asking too much, but if you can get somewhere near a Man City, where Man City are, you will have a much better time of it, and it would have been a much better season. In terms of their goals conceded, then we go on to the defensive efficiency, quiet and impenetrable as you would expect. Around 9% opposition conversion rate on just under 9 shots per game. Concede fewer goals than would be expected from the number of shots we face. So defensively, very good. In terms of formations then, this is the formation used as a 4-2-3-1 wide, creating plus 40 clear-cut chances for and against, creating a chance every 47 minutes, which is fantastic. And in terms of formations faced, you face a lot of the same sort of formations, and it has a marginal positive against pretty much every formation. I just saw a minus there against a 5-back formation. I always struggle to break down 5 backs with my 4-2-3-1 as well, so that is no surprise there. I'm going to get my calculator out. We're going to take a look at the results of this tactic. We're going to get into our leaderboard. I'll be back for that in just a few seconds. So then guys, unfortunately for Born Offside FM, he does not crack it into our top 10. As I said, the standard to get inside this top 10 is absolutely ludicrous. You almost need a 69% win ratio throughout the course of the season to get anywhere near the top 10. He finished the season with 0 trophies, finished in 5th with 73 points. In his terms of goals scored, he scored 98 goals in the season and conceded only 43, which is very, very impressive, up there with one of the best defensive tactics that we have seen. His win percentage was 60.34% and his goals per game was 1.68. So unfortunately, he doesn't crack it into our top 10, and Gareth is safe at the top of the leaderboard for yet another week. So then guys, that is it for another tactic tester. It is all done and dusted, and Gareth remains at the top of the leaderboard for yet another week. If you have a tactic that you think could knock him off the top of our leaderboard with his impressive 85% win ratio, please do join our Discord community. That will be the top link in the description. We have a channel in there for tactic tester submissions. I would love to see as many of your guys' tactics being submitted into that section as humanly possible. But that's where I'm going to leave things for today, guys. If you have enjoyed it, don't forget to drop a like on the video, subscribe if you are new around here, and as I said, don't forget to go and check out Born Offside's channel. His links will be down in the description. But until next weekend, guys, where we come back for another edition of the Tactic Tester, take care, and I'll see you on another video very, very soon.